You might have heard that live shopping is exploding. And I have to tell you, I have been on Whatnot for a couple of weeks now, and I see why it is. Now, Whatnot is my sponsor, and they are the reason I got on the platform and checked it out. I'm glad they did. They made it easy for me. I'm going to make it easy for you. I love it. Whatnot is where you get great products without paying full price. It's that simple. I'm hooked on their live shows, too. You got to see them. They're so much fun. And I see why Whatnot has climbed to the top of the App Store. And listen, if you're selling online, or maybe you have a storefront and you're hoping people will find your listing or maybe walk in your store, Whatnot flips that, because on Whatnot, you go live and you sell directly to people in real time. And I may admit, although you didn't hear from me, I may have picked up a couple of power tools or so in the past couple of days. I'm just saying. Whatnot, it's the largest dedicated live shopping platform with beauty, collectibles, electronics, luxury, fashion, even cookies, and anyone can sell. In fact, people who sell on Whatnot sell 10 times as much as any other major marketplace. That's because you're not just listing products, you're building real connections with buyers. So whether you're shopping or you're selling, download the Whatnot app today and get free shipping on your first order. Just search WHATNOT, Whatnot, in the App Store and start scoring amazing deals. So I was whining to my wife the other day, said, I need new glasses. And she said, well, get some. I couldn't tighten them anymore. They were scratched. You know the thing, right? But I didn't want to go through the process because you have to make the appointment. You have to spend weeks to get them done. And you got to pay a fortune, right? That's real. But I did. I spent $500 on frames and glasses, and that was cheap. And then I ordered a pair from my sponsor, Zenni Optical, for $70. Zenni is an online eyewear shop, prescription glasses, sunglasses, blue light lenses, starting at under $30. You go to Zenni.com, you pick a frame, upload your prescription, and they ship it to your door. No appointment, no store, no upsell at the counter. And by the way, if you are saying, do I really need new glasses, or do I have to put up with one pair to do everything I need to do for the next 2 years? No, you can get what you want starting at under $30. And if you've never bought glasses online, don't worry about it. I haven't either. Zenni has a virtual try-on so you can see exactly how the frame looks before you commit to buying them, with no salesman looking at you saying, those look good, but these expensive ones would look better. No, you don't get that. I'm excited. I can't wait to get my Zenni glasses and tell you more about them. If your glasses are overdue for a refresh, now's the time. Go to Zenni.com/podcast and use the code podcast15 for 15% off your first order. The styles sell out, so don't sit on it. That's Zenni.com/podcast. Promo code podcast15. Man, imagine what life would be like if you only worked 4 hours a week. Is that even possible? A long time ago, I think 18 years ago, Tim Ferriss wrote that book, The 4-Hour Work Week, and it was really groundbreaking. It got people thinking a different way. Way at the beginning of the internet and all that stuff is very, very different. But is it even possible? And do you want to do it? And how do you do it? But, the truth is, within that book, The 4-Hour Work Week, there were lots of very interesting little tidbits designed to allow you to do that. Because it's not the 4-hour work week, it's how do you get there? And we're going to focus in on one of those today. We're going to pull it right out of it, okay? It is a daily boost from motivationtomove.com. It's the positive boost you need every single day, and you do need it because the world shovels stuff on you all the time. And so you need something to kind of realize, you know what? Okay, let's keep going. Let's do this thing. So if you listen to me, you just know I'm going to come in and ask you to stand up, take a step, and repeat. If you listen to me for the 5,082 podcast, nearly 20 years of doing this, over 20 years just podcasting at this point. I'm not a podcast legend. I'm a podcast dinosaur. But if you listen to me, you'll know that if I have anything going on, I'm a hot mess like everybody else is, trying to figure out life. But at least I get out of bed and go, let's do it again. Do every day. Let's try again. That didn't work. Let's try again. That's what I do. And then when I figure out what works, I lock it in, create that peaceful foundation and say, good, keep it there. Don't mess with it. Then I get up the next thing and go, let's do it again. That's hard sometimes with all the politics. So basically, if you can be a hot mess and just get out of bed every single day and, hey, Scott and the Daily Boost is going to be there trying again, you're a perfect fit. We're not perfect. We're never going to be perfect. We're good enough. We're good enough. We just give it our best every single day. Notice what works and keep doing it. Good to have you. My name is Scott. Thanks for stopping by. Get my newsletter. I was writing it this week. And I was afraid. We spent a month working on this, and when you take a month worth of making the newsletter, just getting it designed right, and then you put that on top of 20 years of doing this, I was worried. I was, oh man, I got to write a newsletter. What am I going to say? Literally, I was thinking that. I had a great time writing it for you. I sat down and said, this is really enjoyable because it's a different medium. I can express myself a little bit differently. I can get your attention differently. It's got a different purpose in mind. It's not a podcast you have to lean into and listen to. You have to decide to listen to me today. That's great. I love that. But a newsletter is when you don't have to lean into. It comes to you and you can just scan through it and get some goodness out of it and move on with your day. And I really wanted that for you. Okay. So you have to opt in. I will not send it to you if you don't opt in. Go to dailyboostnewsletter.com. If you change your mind, that's fine. Just click the opt-out thingy. It'll disappear. Every Friday I send it at 6 a.m., so go get it, okay? We'll promote that a little bit this week and then back off a little bit on you, okay? So Tim Ferriss, a lot of years ago, I think it was 18 years ago now, he wrote The 4-Hour Work Week. Pretty cool book. Kind of changed the world. I mean, it was presented at the right time. The internet and the lifestyles that we live these days had just kind of started. It was brand new, and he had this great idea he was doing. Tim obviously proven to be just an amazing guy. But this book was more about the 4-hour work week, and it's been debated for years and years and years. Can you work a 4-hour week? And you got to read the book to understand the concept, and even then you might not get it. But nonetheless, to make that happen, come close here, okay? This is coachy coach stuff. If you want to work a 4-hour week, God bless you. You can do it. Absolutely. However, there is going to be process. There are going to be things that happen along the way that you must master to make it happen. Does that make sense? It's like anything else. If you want to do something, I mean, the road to get there is going to be filled with all kinds of potholes and challenges. It's going to happen. Imagine if everybody else is working 40 hours a week and you want to work 4 hours a week, you're going to have to do some stuff and do it right. In other words, you're going to have the ability to navigate this journey. So one of the little nuggets buried inside Tim Ferriss's 4-hour work week was about having conversations. So your life and the goodness of your life or the badness of your life, whatever you're leaning into this week, is going to be impacted by the relationships you have. Think about that for a second. It's usually not the other stuff going on around you. I mean, oh, darn, I blew out a tire. Got to buy a new tire. It's going to cost me $400. Oh, man, that's a bad day. It is. Boy, the stuff that freaks you out is when your daughter won't talk to you. And when your spouse decides to leave. Something bad happens. It's the relationship. Somebody dies. It's the relationships that freak you out. And with those relationships, I have a friend of mine that used to say, friends bring liabilities. They do. Friends bring obligations and liabilities. Friends bring friction. Relationships bring friction. It is a fact of life. So if you're looking at your life and you say, man, I can't be happy, I'm going to say, look at your relationships and make sure you're happy there. And that requires what is called an uncomfortable conversation. So Tim Ferriss talked about it in the book because he knew it. He knew that when you go against the grain, whole world has been trained to work 40 hours a week, to get up in the morning, go to school, go do all the stuff, do what society is supposed to do. The whole world's been trained to do that. And I would argue that it has to be. There's too many people. You can't have them all running different directions. But when you went around a different direction, you are up against the whole world has been trained for a century now at least to do a certain thing in a certain way. So you are now going against the grain. And if you ever try to go against the grain, start your own business, be a freelancer, be a travel blogger, whatever you want to do, you know that most of getting it done is figuring it out and working the relationship. So how do you do that? How do you have an uncomfortable conversation? If you have one today or have one this week, this is how you're going to do it. You ready for this? Take notes here. This will save your life. The proper way to start an uncomfortable conversation is this.
Study and play come together on a Windows 11 PC. And for a limited time, college students get the best of both worlds. Get the Unreal College Deal. Everything you need to study and play with select Windows 11 PCs. Eligible students get a year of Microsoft 365 Premium and a year of Xbox Game Pass Ultimate with a custom color Xbox wireless controller. Learn more at windows.com/student offer. While supplies last. Ends June 30th. Terms at aka.ms/collegepc.
Number 1, be direct. Get to the point. I tend to say, we need to chat. You might feel uncomfortable at first, but everything will be okay. I say that. We need to chat. It might feel uncomfortable. It'll be okay. Don't worry about it. In other words, not going to talk about the weather, not going to beat around the bush, not going to do that. I know people say, hey, no, you don't want to do that. You want to kind of go get in rapport, meet them where they are. Yes, you do. But in this case, you got business to do, right? You got to get to it. And an uncomfortable conversation is that way for a reason. So there's no sense in dragging it out. Just get to the point. Be direct to the point. Hey, we need to chat. Number 2, ask your questions. Say what you have to say. Keep it real. Don't stop until you've completed your thought. So we need to chat. Have a seat, whatever. It doesn't really matter. And just get to your point. Say what you have to say. Hey, I've been meaning to talk to you about this. Boom. Just do it. And don't ask any questions. Don't meander. Don't hem and haw. Just get it done. And don't go on forever either. Keep it kind of short. There's no sense in making this over dramatic. So we need to chat. First thing, get to the point directly. No drama. Just get to it just like that. And once you're done, okay, that's what's on my mind. So I want to ask you, how do you feel about that? Let's have a conversation about that right now. That's it. Be direct. Say you have to have a chat. Let them know it might be uncomfortable at first. Say what you need to say. No drama. Get there fast. Don't be mean. Just say it. And then say, okay, that's what's on my mind. What do you think? And now continue the conversation. And I will tell you, if you do that, you make people so happy. Yes, there's a little shell shock. I will tell you, it really is. People are like, oh my God. Because in a sense, you kind of caught them off guard. And you don't want to do that because that makes you feel uncomfortable. But the truth is, rip the Band-Aid off right away. Just get it done. Move on. Take care of it. And then come back and start, move on. It's like a dog. If a dog does something bad 5 seconds ago, don't say anything. Wait till it does something bad again and then say, we need to talk. Do it right away, because otherwise it doesn't matter. It's the same thing with humans. So if you want to achieve something, whatever it happens to be in life, you're going to have to figure out the steps along the way. And those steps are not going to be smooth and easy and comfortable. They're going to be very uncomfortable because you're heading in a direction that most people would not go. So if you don't have the ability or the willingness to recognize that you're going to have to do that, careful which road you go down. Okay? It's going to frustrate you. But if you do have the ability just to be honest about it, or like I talked about yesterday, just take yourself at your own word. We have to have a conversation. Let's go have it. I know it's hard these days. It really, truly is. But you can do it. Get my newsletter. Go to dailyboostnewsletter.com. All the information you need about me is there. You can also find me at motivationtomove.com. But the newsletter is brand new. You do have to opt in for it. I'm trying to make it light, upbeat. It matches the podcast. It's got some interesting, fun things in there. It will grow over time as I get your feedback and decide what's going to really help you, because that's what this is for. Delivered every Friday at 6 a.m. to your inbox. You go subscribe, dailyboostnewsletter.com. That's the only way you're going to get it. Don't send me an email asking for it. You got to go to dailyboostnewsletter.com. I want you to opt in and say you want it. That way my conscience is clear, and I'll send it to you. If you don't change your mind, you can opt out anytime. I'll see you tomorrow, okay?